Welcome back to the channel, Rarest Coins, where we explore the secrets, history, and incredible value hiding inside everyday coins. Today's episode is about a humble penny and the 1976 Lincoln cent. While most people think of pennies as the lowest denomination, one rare example of this coin turned heads when it reportedly sold for an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin struck in 1976 at the Denver Mint, a coin most people wouldn't think twice about, ended up being worth more than a Lamborghini, more than many homes, and more than most people will ever hold in their hands at one time. So how could a penny become $1.5 million treasure? Let's break it all down. First, let's talk history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was designed by Victor David Brenner and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on the obverse. Over the years, it has undergone several design changes, but the portrait of Lincoln has remained. By 1976, the reverse of the coin still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and the D Mint mark appears just below the date on the obverse side. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion Lincoln pennies. Yes, you heard that right, more than 4 billion. So why is one of them worth so much? The answer comes down to a rare and bizarre combination of error, condition, and timing, the perfect storm that turned an everyday penny into a $1 million marvel. The Lincoln penny that sold for $1.5 million had a unique mint error. It was accidentally struck on a 40% silver planchet, a blank intended for a 1976 bicentennial Eisenhower dollar. That means instead of being made from copper and zinc like normal pennies, this one was struck on a silver disc meant for a completely different denomination. This error likely occurred due to leftover plancase from bicentennial production getting mixed up and mistakenly fed into the penny presses. But that's not all. This rare error was discovered in mint state condition and graded as MS67 by a top grading service. That means it was virtually flawless and no wear, no damage, full mint luster, and incredibly sharp details. A coin in this condition is rare enough on its own, but combined with the wrong planchet error and silver composition, it became absolutely one of a kind. Experts and collectors were stunned when this coin was first authenticated and graded. It was the only known 1976 Lincoln cent ever confirmed to have been struck on a silver planchet. That level of rarity set off a bidding war when it finally went to auction, as collectors realized just how significant this piece was. A modern coin with a historical error that should never have existed. The price kept climbing until the hammer fell at an eye-watering $1.5 million. So what does this mean for you? Could a similar coin be hiding in your change? Absolutely. U.S. mint errors have occurred in every decade of coin production. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, double strikes, off-center strikes, and other dramatic minting mistakes often go unnoticed, especially in high-mintage years like 1976. With billions of coins in circulation, it's entirely possible that other rare errors are still out there waiting to be discovered. If you have any 1976 pennies in your collection, here's what you should look for. Start with weight. A regular penny from 1976 weighs about 3.11 grams. If you find one that feels a little too light or too heavy, weigh it with a precision scale. A silver planchet penny would be significantly heavier than normal due to its metal content. Next, look at the color and sound. Silver coins have a different tone and appearance than copper or zinc coins. If a penny has a slightly silvery or gray color, or if it rings like a dime or a quarter when dropped, it's worth investigating. Then examine the surface. If your penny is in extremely high condition, with a strong, shiny luster and no visible wear, that's already rare for a coin over 40 years old. Combine that with an odd metal composition or other errors, and you might be onto something special. The key is knowledge and attention to detail. Most people won't take a second look at a penny, but collectors know that history and value are often hidden in plain sight. Even if you don't find the $1 million version, High-grade 1976 pennies can still sell for significant money. Full red uncirculated examples graded MS67 or higher can go for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's a nice return for a 1-cent coin. This incredible story is a reminder that sometimes the rarest treasures are the ones we overlook. A small coin in the palm of your hand could be a piece of history or a life-changing discovery. All it takes is one error, one coin, and one person smart enough to recognize its value. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare coins, minting errors, and the hidden value in your pocket change. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a strange or rare penny, or if you've got any 1976 coins you plan to take a second look at. Until next time, keep checking your change, stay curious, and remember even the smallest coin can hold a big secret. Would you like help crafting a thumbnail caption, SEO video title, or YouTube description to go with this script? Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the fascinating stories and hidden fortunes behind coins you may be carrying right now. Rarest coins today, we're going to take a closer look at the 1975 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people spent, ignored, and tossed into change jars for decades. But as it turns out, one special 1975 penny became a legend, shocking collectors when it reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.4 million. That's right, a 1-cent coin fetching a 7-figure price tag. So how did this happen? What made that ordinary-looking penny so extraordinary? And could another one still be out there waiting to be discovered? Let's dig into the history, the mystery, and the money behind the 1975 Lincoln penny. To start, let's look at the basics. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and was designed by Victor David Brenner. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse side featured the Lincoln Memorial, a bold, iconic image that was instantly recognizable to generations of Americans. Now we come to 1975. That year, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 2 locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia coins had no mint mark, while Denver coins carried the familiar D mint mark just beneath the date. In total, over 10 billion Lincoln cents were produced in 1975, making it one of the most common pennies ever struck. So how can any of them be valuable, let alone worth over $1 million? The answer is simple: not all coins are created equal. Among the billions produced, one unique penny emerged with a set of qualities so rare and unusual, it stunned the numismatic world. The 1975 penny that would eventually command a $1.4 million price tag was not just another coin. It was struck on a 95% copper planchet like other pennies of that era, but it contained a striking mint error. It was a double die obverse. That means the coin was struck with a die that had been impressed twice with slight misalignment. As a result, you could see noticeable doubling in the lettering, particularly in the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as in the date. But that wasn't the only thing that set this penny apart. The coin was also in absolutely pristine condition, certified by a top grading company as MS68 red. That means it had retained its original red color, full luster, and had no visible wear, even under magnification. Pennies from the 1970s rarely survive in that level of condition, especially with such a dramatic error. And this one combined both perfection and rarity in one coin. Collectors and investors immediately recognized this coin as a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. When it came up for auction, the excitement was electric. Bidding was intense as buyers from around the world vied for the chance to own this modern rarity. The final bid came in at a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. But here's where it gets even more interesting. That coin was found not by a professional numismatist, but by an everyday coin collector who was searching through rolls of pennies from the bank. A sharp eye, a little patience, and the knowledge of what to look for turned a 1-cent piece into a life-changing discovery. So, what should you be looking for in your own change? First, examine the date and lettering. Look for doubling, clear signs that the text is thicker, slightly shifted, or shadowed. Doubling should be visible without magnification in major cases. Focus on liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1975. Next, pay attention to color and condition. A bright red penny with full shine and no signs of handling is extremely rare from the 1970s. Most coins from that era have darkened or developed spots over time. The redder and cleaner your coin, the more valuable it could be, especially if it's an error coin. You should also weigh the coin. A standard 1975 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it weighs significantly more or less, it may have been struck on the wrong plankette, another kind of valuable mint error. Finally, get your coin graded. Many coins look ordinary to the untrained eye, but professional grading can reveal hidden value. A high grade like MS-66, MS-67, or MS-68 can mean thousands of dollars in added value, especially if it comes with a visible error. Even if your 1975 penny isn't worth millions, others have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their grade and condition. And if you find a true double-die error in red mint state condition, you might just be holding the next record-breaking coin. This story proves that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or rare ancient coins. Sometimes, it's sitting right in your change jar or hiding in a roll from the bank. It only takes one moment of curiosity to uncover something extraordinary. Thanks for watching. If you found this story inspiring, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, values, and tips for spotting hidden gems in everyday change. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future episode. And tell us in the comments, have you ever found an unusual or rare coin in circulation? What coins are you searching for right now? Until next time, happy hunting. Because even the smallest coin can lead to the biggest surprises. Would you like help coming up with the powerful video title, thumbnail text, or SEO optimized description to match this script?